together. So really excited that Xbox Dev had teased a future partnership with Discord, where as always you can get a Discord overlay in your Xbox when you're doing party chats and such. So I'll quote an article from Pure Xbox to say that if you're glad to see news earlier this week of Xbox Power and Discord and bringing Discord voice chat to the platform, then we've happily it's just a step in the journey for the partnership. Speaking on a different Xbox podcast, they said, like any feature, we're always attentive listening to the feedback, learning how we can tweak things. And we collective at Xbox and Discord, we do view this as a step in the journey where we have a lot of really exciting early conversation of what's next beyond voice chat on Xbox. We don't have any specific to share yet at this time, but I'd like to say we have something really exciting stuff in the works. So apparently the rumors obviously earlier, what was it? Earlier this year, beginning of the year, there was talks about it, but it looks like it's finally coming to light. How is everyone's thoughts on Xbox and Discord? I'll start with you, Graham. Do you think you'll be using it? Do you think it's useful?
Well, at the moment, we've got no need to use it too much. I assume it's the integration between sort of PC users and PlayStation users all to sort of combine in one area. Most of the people I play with are kind of Xbox based anyway. I see the benefit of it, but weren't they trying to fully buy out Discord before? I assume this is the next best option. It's just to create a partnership instead.
I think that was the case here because I think they partnered with PlayStation earlier this year. I think before they tried to buy them. So it looks like now you can actually link your Xbox account to Discord, and then, like you say, just be like an overlay on your console. I think for me, it'd be quite useful because I do have a couple of friends that are always like on Discord chat and stuff. And even if you're not playing the game with them, you just want to quickly chat to them.
Yeah,
it's quite useful other than having to join a party chat, especially if you're doing cross-play as well.
That's what I mean. There's a lot more of that coming now. A lot more cross-plays coming into action. PlayStation are finally sort of bending and allowing some games to be cross-play a bit more. So hopefully we'll see more of it. And then, this Discord piece will definitely come into play as you're hooking up with some PlayStation buddies as well.
I think the big one for me will probably be Warzone would be the main one because I think that we've got a couple of friends on PlayStation and using that in-game chat, even though it's quite fun because you get to hear like when someone dies, you get to hear their microphone and stuff. Sometimes I just want to be in a nice party chat where it's just separate and you don't have to worry about listening to that kind of chat. And I've always find that the game chat can always break and you might not hear someone. So for this Discord, I've always found it really useful to have. What about you, Ross?
It's going to be handy. It's just when you were saying about Warzone, it was another one I was thinking of. Obviously, there's a lot of talk of FIFA 23 coming out and having quite a bit of cross-play in that as well. So that's another big game that you're going to have, although as much as it's not on pro clubs like which you would maybe use it on, but I would imagine there'll still be other versions that you'll be playing. Because I'm pretty sure you can do the cross-play with the Ultimate Team for the squad battles this year.
Oh, okay.
So that's another system that they'll be able to use it for that as well. And then, like you're saying, just playing with PC games that are obviously in Game Pass and stuff like that, it's just going to be handy to have one hub that you can use instead of trying to do it in different ways. Like I've found certain times where I've been playing sort of online games, I've been like trying to use like Facebook Messenger and doing like a voice call because it's the best system to try and do it is two different places. Whereas if it's going to be integrated onto Xbox with Discord, then it's much simpler to use that.
Yeah, I can imagine something like Among Us would be really good as well if that ever comes back into being popular again. That's really because obviously you can just mute your mic quite easy and then just unmute your mic when you do it. Especially if you're people playing cross-platform like on PC and such, that'd be really useful. So I'm quite liking that idea, especially because I've got, like I say, I've went through groups and stuff. And even when they're just like basically, just chatting away, there's no real, not playing games together, just socializing and using Discord chat. You can just go on your Xbox and play games rather than having your phone and headset on. You can just be in Discord party chat whilst you are talking to your friends. Is there a release date yet on this? No. Whatever. Today the update will start rolling on Xbox Insiders and expand more in a couple of weeks. So I believe if you've got Xbox Insiders, you might start getting the overlay already. If not,
I'm one of those. I might have to look into it.
Yes, so I guess maybe we can feedback in a couple of weeks' time, maybe even next week if it's there already. Yeah. And we can see if it is actually there, because I think that'd be brilliant to know a bit more about it. I, of course, hide from the Insiders after it bricked my last console. So I
know you're still scared of it.
Still scared of it. Not going to do it. Not risking it. Special can't get. I think I had twice. One break my console, the other time will let me unlock achievements. So I'm not having that risk again.
You're not sick of achievements anymore. You don't have to be scared.
Oh, true. Yeah, I'm retired now. I forgot.
Yeah, you retire weekly more than McMahon.
Oh no, I'm retire. Just get a Ric Flair article every time. No, bro. Perfect. So that is Discord. Nice, quick, short, sweet topic of the week. Let us know your thoughts as well, what you feel about Discord coming. Because I think for me, definitely a thumbs up, and I can't wait to use it a bit more. Moving on to our next topic, we have which is a bit of a random one for me, but we'll mention it anyway. Is that Xbox Live 1.1 is getting a replacement, and it will support 13 games at launch. So it looks like online multiplayer is returning to the original Xbox. So I think for a couple of years on pure Xbox again, there's a project called Insignia, and it was put back in 2020 as a replacement for the original Xbox Live, which sadly shut down in 2010. But the team has slowly been chipping away, and the service will potentially be resumed. And it will support 13 titles at launch. Unfortunately, one of my launch titles is not my favorite, which was Rainbow Six Free, but it's got 13 random titles. Well, one random, the others are a bit normal. And that is Counter-Strike, Crimson Skies, Dead or Alive Ultimate, Mech Assault, Midtown Madness Free, MotoGP Online Demo, Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2, Star Wars Jedi Academy, Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, Unreal Championship, Whacked, Xbox Live Arcade, and XIII, or 13. So firstly, what's everyone's thoughts about it, what you think? And secondly, if there's a game that you want to come back, what would you like to see? For me, as I mentioned earlier, I said Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow Six Free, and Rainbow Six Black Arrow. For me, peak online gaming, and I would love to just go back and just have a laugh with that. I can imagine there'd be quite a lot of fun going back to it. Again, I've got dust off my original Xbox somewhere.
It's astonishing, though, isn't it? I'd love to see the stats, the numbers around the sort of the people playing those games.
I know, it'd be really interesting to see, bring all back, how many are actually going to use it? But I think if I had to go back and pick one game to go back to, it'd definitely be that. Ross, what about you? What are your thoughts on it, and what game would you want to see come back?
I can't really think of a game off the top of my head for it to come back. I mean, it's a cool wee project that obviously they've been working pretty hard on. It'll be curious to see which other games they decide to add over time. The Xbox Live Arcade, how they're planning on doing that, like if they're planning on bringing back some of the Live Arcade games, would be pretty good. Just reading the comments on the actual article, and like the first comment on it saying the only game I would play is 1v100. If they bring that back, then that'll be the only news that I'll have for like the next 10 to 12 months.
But why would they put that back on the OG? Why would they not bring that forward to the?
Because that game was just I fucking loved that game.
That was peak Xbox.
That was fantastic.
The thing is, I don't understand why that was such a huge success, and everyone loved it. You talk to anyone about it, and everyone was like really positive on it.
Yeah.
Why are they not bringing this back if people are actually loving it?
And it's been like referred to, because I'm sure Phil Spencer like passed comment on 1v100, and don't know why they've never actually.
Or tried to do it again, yeah.
Yeah, why they've never brought it back, even if they've done it like as like a yearly thing, like so for 3 months or like 6 weeks. 1v100 was live, and then it shut the servers down and went back live the following year. That would be enough. But I think it's like 2020. He said that like something like that could come back, and nothing's been mentioned about it since.
No. Just explain why. Like, were they hemorrhaging money for doing it, or did something?
Were they losing out? Or hacking maybe? I don't know. But they didn't really mention it because it just kind of. It didn't really fizz out. It just kind of shut it down after a while. But people were still using it.
So he said something along the lines of getting the rights to 1v100 might be difficult.
Oh, okay.
So it might return to something specifically Xbox branded. But fucking hell, they can come up with something.
Sure, you can make your own quiz show of just a same concept or something similar where it will just like eliminate people. But there's so many random ones out there. Like, isn't there the one like the 100 one where it's like 90% of it people know this answer? Do you know the answer?
Oh, the 1%. Yeah,
that's 1% club. That's it. Yeah, something similar to that. You can even just name it something random and steal the concept. It's not going to be that bad. What about you? What do you want to see, Graham?
I mean, the Fantasy Star Online 1 and 2 is already there on there, but I mean, that's you have to get with the time on that one. There's still a new one currently running now, what gets procedurally updated. So to go back into 1 and 2, it just, I mean, for nostalgia feels fine, maybe, but it's not something you could really do long term. It just makes you think, who's still rocking sort of a 12-year-old or older console and thinks, oh, I get to play this online again. It's obviously got to be pleasing someone.
Yeah, true. That is a good question. But sorry, I lost my train of thought there because I realised something which I put in the chat, but never mind. But yeah, I mean, like I say, it's difficult because, like, for me, when you think about old school times, like reality, you kind of got, like, it's great to be nostalgia, but I don't think you'd be using it more than once. You know, you go maybe use it once or twice to kind of, oh, this is fun. This is, I remember how good this was. But then reality is you probably just do that and go, okay, back to my normal big games I've got, or my AAA games I've got on my actual console now that's coming out. So I guess it's good that in a way that, you know, to kind of get that nostalgia feel. And again, I'll probably like maybe play Rainbow Six for a couple of times if it was busy or popular. But reality is I'll probably just go back to my original games I've got now. Yeah. So it's difficult. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, that's that one.
That's that one.
Recording in progress.
There we go. Ross, do you want to plug us away whilst I eat some chips?
So nice, interesting segue there, yes. So
man's hungry.
Plugs for this week, patreon.com/Xbox Tavern. If you want to support us with your hard-earned cash, that would be much appreciated. Shout out to our superstar supporter, Beth. Thank you very much for all your support. Spreadshirt, all our merchandise is up there, a couple of different designs. www.spreadshirt.com/user/Xbox Tavern. Apple and Spotify podcasts, 5-star reviews on them, please and thank you. Gets us more discoverability, gets us into more ears, so the more people that are listening, the bigger we can grow. All your written reviews are up on xboxtavern.com. You'll also find us with video reviews and gameplay, tips, Microsoft rewards videos that Dan is quite a fan of putting out there on youtube.com/Xbox Tavern official. And then our socials, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, try to think of any other places we may or may not be. All of them will be at Xbox Tavern for them.
Perfect. And my chips are finished. Well, they've still got loads of timing. Well, thank you very much for that, Ross. We move on to one more article before we talk about what we've been doing, what we've been playing. And that is... Actually, we do two more because I've seen another one which is quite fun. So apparently...
Do the Resident Evil one just to annoy Jay because he's not here.
Of course. Exactly. We've got to talk about Resident Evil for at least half an hour just to get him his blood boiling.
Or just 15, 20 seconds just to really piss him off.
Exactly. Just like minimal asks. What do you think of Resident Evil? No. What is your favourite Resident Evil? No.
Not the Netflix series.
Yeah. Well, they did like loads of movies as well with that Russian lady. Is she Russian?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I'm going to Google her name whilst
Mila Jovovich. Mila Jovovich. I can't remember.
Remember the one that was in Resident Evil?
Yeah, the original ones.
Yeah, Mila Jovovich, yeah.
There we go. Jamie would have that on. So like, oh, I know her. I've got a poster of her in my room. No, so apparently, next news article we're going to discuss here is that Halo Infinite multiplayer is reportedly causing some players to use about a gig's worth of data per game. Apparently, 343 are aware of it and they should be fixed in August. A news article has mentioned that 343 is currently investigating an issue which reportedly causes Halo Infinite to have a huge amount of data during every multiplayer match, in some cases almost 1 gig. So it's first highlighted by a random user on Twitter. After every match, his game client reportedly used between 305 meg and 900 meg of data. This causing alarms for players, games for a few hours, unknown could smash players' data cap in a single night. Fortunately for me, I don't have any data cap.
Yeah, do we really have data caps in the UK?
No, it's more of a US thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard like people saying, "Oh, data cap this, data cap that." I was like, I've never seen like a broadband provider in the UK say you've got this amount of data a month.
Not that they say that they have usage like conditions, but no one's ever. I've never heard anyone get anyone's overused it.
Yeah, I never get
be
told
a bit
that.
dubious if you're like downloading a terabyte in a month or something. They're like, what the hell are you doing, basically?
Oh, the amount of porn Dan downloads, I'm sure he gets in trouble. Don't you download it, Dan? Just stream it. Yes. So apparently, in response to this, Twitter said teams are investigating reports of downloading extra data after multiple matches, and approval will be issued, including August drop pod update. So hopefully by August, which is only a few days away, it should be resolved. I haven't really mentioned much else. I think a lot of people are complaining about it, saying that they can't financially cover from this. But I guess for us, I know it's difficult. It's easy for us to say in the UK we don't really have data caps. And it's difficult.
There are people suffering.
Yeah, but there are people suffering. But it's difficult on Halo's kind of side of things. Like, well, we're looking into it. What can we do for you? Like, we can't just give you loads of money to say, oh, sorry about this. Because apparently, it seems how soon in August? Because Halo isn't paying my internet bill. So again, we don't know when in August. August is a long month, so it's got 31 days. So you've got 31 days to fix it. So, but it's unclear what's causing the massive data spike. Some speculate the game was attempting to save and the replay footage of the match. So after the match, it will also depend how long the match is. It will try to save all that data, and that's the reason why it could be causing loads of issues. Again, but that's all people speculating and trying to work out what could be the cause. But hopefully, it won't affect the co-op mode. Because again, I'm sure people will be complaining that if that delayed the co-op mode again, I for one will be complaining because ideally I want to play my Halo campaign in co-op.
Speaking of Halo campaign, have you seen the positive news about it?
No, you can segue into this now.
Halo Infinite will allow everybody who takes part to make progress in their own individual campaigns, which is a rarity for games these days.
Also, if you go off on your own afterwards, you can continue from where you left off.
So say me and you jumped into it, we got to the second last mission, I don't then have to start the game again. I'll be at the second last mission. Which is a rarity for online, sort of online multiplayer games.
Yeah, because sometimes you have to go to whoever's hosting the world.
Yep, the host is usually the only one that gets the progress, whereas Halo have decided to make it that everybody will get their own progress, which is a refreshing change.
Here's a question. So, again, I haven't played Halo Infinite, so I can't comment on this, but you might be able to check them. Like, how does the co-op mode work? So, will it, like, it's only one person's Master Chief? Who's the other person? Like, is it obvious in the game that there would be that other person along the mission with you?
Master Chef.
Master Chef.
Master Chef. Chef from South Park.
That's a good point, actually, because like even in the cutscenes and things like that, so it's kind of, I don't know how you would do that. Having it is, I suppose, I don't know how that'll work. Having like the
part of me needs to play it solo and to see when they'll play co-op next. Like, how are they going to intertwine it? Because like I say, I know before, like in the Halo 5, there was always a 4-man squad, wasn't it? So you could always go as in one of 4 people. So you always knew that you'd move people there and then. So I didn't know if Halo Infinite was the same kind of concept. I guess not. I guess I'll find out.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
We'll have to see, indeed. It'll probably just be someone random, then you just, when you cutscenes, you turn into Master Chief again.
Yeah.
Or Master Chef.
Master Chef.
Master Chef. Brilliant. Thank you. All right. So, yeah. Well, hopefully they fix that issue because it is a pain in the ass for people who have data caps. And again, you don't want to stop people from playing it because that will just affect the game, bad press. But it looks like they're aware of the issue. They know what's going to cause it. So hopefully they get the things fixed and rolled out. Again, it's difficult because I know sometimes, especially with updates, you've got to wait for Microsoft to verify it all. So it can take a lot longer. So hopefully they can push through something quickly and get everyone back and running again. Perfect. Resident Evil time. Woo! So Capcom has released a new trailer for Resident Evil Village Gold Edition, set for release on October 28th. The Gold Edition will include base game, with 3 major new features. Will also allow release a separate as a winter's expansion. So apparently, according to this article here, there's apparently another area in the game for the DLC where you can play as Lady Dimitrescu. So that'd be quite interesting for a playable version of her. I guess, Ross, you've played it.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on being playable? Didn't she die?
Spoilers.
Spoilers, yeah.
Well, I assume so. I haven't played the game. I just assume she dies in the game.
It's because it's part of the mercenaries mode. I'm sort of like, kind of hoping it was going to be like a backstory type thing, because her backstory is quite, well, all of the characters' backstories, if you read enough about them, are all quite tragic in regards to how they end up the way that they end up. So I was kind of hoping it was going to be something like that. But if it's just in the mercenaries mode, then it's just basically just slapping a skin on it, isn't it? It's not really actually you're playing as that character, but it's still a nice wee touch. Reading on later, it was saying obviously you've got Lady Dimitrescu, Chris Redfield, and you play as Heisenberg as well. So it's quite cool getting to play as two of the sort of big bads in the game.
I know a lot of people are a bit of uproar that they'll bring out a third person mode because isn't Ethan's face hidden all the time?
Yes. You
So
don't
when
get
I
to
have
see Ethan in the slightest.
No. So they're wondering how they're going to do this in third person mode, because you're meant to be hiding his face. So can you not spin the camera around? But that's the whole point of third person, is that you can spin the full 360. So I'm guessing they're going to be only allowed to spin 180, I imagine. Oh, I don't know what they're going to do. It'd be weird. Maybe he has no face. That'd be quite fun. Or wears a mask. But whatever they do, it's going to be quite interesting. I assume it's going to be quite fun. I mean, I haven't really played Village yet, but I think maybe I might get the gold edition or maybe wait for, I think eventually bring it to Game Pass.
It's quite
that's possible.
Quite intriguing about the other part of the expansion as well, with the story DLC Shadows of Rose, where you get to play as his daughter.
Yeah, true. It'd be interesting. I mean, let's say, because maybe you can kind of guess what he actually looks like with guess if you kind of, because it's his daughter.
Well, you get to see it because you get to see him. There's a cut scene that is he in the cut scene?
No, I don't think he's been any released in any trailers yet. Or if they're gonna, I think if they're gonna reveal his face, they're gonna reveal it in that DLC, I imagine. Or
well, it does say
something.
It does say that you've also got third person mode and all you to see him, so it'll be like, oh,
finally.
Dun, dun, dun.
What is your
favorite?
Like
sunglasses and red eyes, and he's actually Wesker.
Oh God! Don't scare me like that. Maybe he's actually Lady Dimitrescu. Man, he's not Lady. Man Dimitrescu. It's a man version of her. What is your favorite one anyway, Ross?
5.
Seeing we can talk about it quickly. 5, really? Why 5?
That's
the upset Jay.
No,
Jay.
I genuinely did enjoy 5, and I think it was because it was the co-op side of it that I really enjoyed playing through.
To be fair, it was quite fun. Apart from the point when Shiver was always down, like Shiver, help.
I quite liked. I liked Village. I thought Village was really good. 3. I'm trying to think of other ones.
It may used to be 2, but I haven't played the remake of 2. But
I've not played the
OG
remakes.
2.
I'm just thinking like the original, like 1, 2, and 3 with like Nemesis is the big bad in the third one. Probably 3, 5, and 8 are the ones that I've enjoyed the most.
They might be 2, probably. I always remember when I first played it, going through the kind of police station. Then I always remember the first time I saw Lick when they went through the kind of front of the window. I was like,
yeah, it's like, what the fuck is that?
Why am I doing this game?
I remember the first time I ever fought one, and it was like shooting away, and then I ran out of bullets, and I was like, I've got a knife against a liquor. Fuck. This is not going to end well for me here.
No. What about you, Graham? You don't really play them much, do you?
No. I mean, if going from 1 to complete, I've only completed sort of 1 and 5. Yeah. I mean, 1's probably got the most kind of attachment for me, just because it was a whole new thing.
Yeah.
It just had so many awesome one-liners. It just made it hilarious. I don't miss the controls there. That whole tank control thing was a nonsense.
Oh God, yeah. I think back then controlling any game was terrible. Not as bad as anything the N64 did, but
no. But that, and yeah, I agree with Ross. 5 was good because of it. You could play it co-op, and I literally played it through and finished it with Jay, who was terrible at the quick time events as he normally is.
Oh god, him and Quick Time Events. It's right if you play any dark pictures of him because I know he's like, I might play my own because you're going to butcher all these Quick Time Events. And
Can you not just set it that the quick time events is just like automatic? So they
I probably
You have
should.
to.
then he
with him.
can't fuck up.
I have to press X. Okay, what's his name?
Hold on, let me look at the controller. I've only been playing on an Xbox for 15 years, but which one is
Oh
the
no,
one
I
in which place?
pushed A by accident.
It's not that he didn't know how to do it. He was just being lazy. I had the complex one. He had the easy one. He just had to tap the button repeatedly, and I had to do all the different things. And then he still managed to fluff it. And he goes, "Oh, I was just seeing how slow I could press it repeatedly and get away with it." So fuck's sake, we had to restart it again.
Oh, and then back then there was no unskippable cutscenes as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
horrible feature.
Yes. Well, there's our Resident Evil talk. Let us know in the comments what your Resident Evil favorite is, and just to annoy Jamie,
Yeah, make sure it's 5.
make sure it's 5. Yeah. To find the fun thing, most of us played 5, and I played the other ones. 5 is the most popular one here.
Booyah!
Oh, bless him. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. And just for a few quick articles, just to let you know, Xbox Ultimate Summer Sale is going live at this current time until the 31st. So you've got good old 7 more days left for the sale. You've got summer sale up to games up to 80% off. Almost over 800 products is available. I have bought one game so far, and that is called The Witcher 3. Will I play it? Probably not, but I bought it.
What do you get, like the full game for like £9?
Yeah, got like the Game of the Year edition for like £6 something.
Oh, that's the best £6 you'll ever spend.
I was like, oh, I'm going to play this. And then I was like, oh, it's not even Xbox Series S buffed. Will I play it? Maybe.
It is.
It's not. No, because when it installed on my external hard drive, so I knew it wasn't.
4K 60. I'm sure you'll find it's got an Xbox patch, and there's got more coming out for it. Oh no, sorry, the Series X one that's going to be coming out with the new DLC for the game is due to come out. Sorry, I apologize.
Okay. So yeah.
But they are doing an upspuff for the Series X.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, maybe when that comes, I'll play it. But still, maybe I might start. I want a game where it's like a long game where I can mention the same game.
That's a long ass game if you decide to get in it.
Yeah, so anyway, there's plenty more games. Have you bought any games yet on sale, you two?
No,
I didn't even realize. I didn't even realize it was on. So I'm currently just sitting on the store just now, looking at what I'm going to throw in my basket.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's quite a lot of games on sale. Most of them are around the 25-30% mark. So again, make sure you check to always, like I say, check and make sure it's not on Game Pass before you try to buy it.
What a deal that is, though, for people who are fans of the series and people want to get a game that they can get their teeth into. Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins, $159.99 down to $47.99, 70% off.
Yeah, you can buy Valhalla on its own for 24 quid.
What a deal.
So yeah, if you do want Valhalla on its own, it's like 24 quid. Like you say, you've got the big bundle there.
Ultimate Edition of Odyssey, with all the DLC that comes with that, and the DLC for that game is ridiculous. There's like 5 not main story, but 5 story DLCs to come with that. And I think like the one that I'm on, the Fate of Atlantis, is at least 30 hours as a DLC.
Yeah, I know, because I'm playing Odyssey, and I was like, it's never going to end.
It doesn't feel like it's ever going to end. Like I'm still cutting about Atlantis. Like, I've been everywhere in Greek mythology. How the fuck else have I got to go now?
Exactly. So yeah, there's quite a lot of games on sale. Like I said, there's even some up to 90% off. Like for example, We Happy Few, that's on for like £5.50.
BioShock Collection $7.99, 80% off.
Yeah, it's loads. I think Just Cause is on for like 4 quid, if that. Is it Just Cause 3? I think it's Just Cause 3 is like 4 quid. I remember seeing that going, oh, that's quite cheap. So yeah, loads of games on there. Have a look, have a peruse, see what you like, see what you fancy. I think they've also got a thing on the Xbox rewards. If you spend 40 quid, you get like, I think it's like 6,000 reward points. Don't quote me on those numbers, but I know something like that.
They usually tend to do something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So again, like I say, you get like a 5 off if you activate the reward thing. I think you don't need to activate, as long as you activate it before the sale. Even if you bought stuff before in the sale, it still counts towards it. So long as you activate it, I think you get like a 5 off. I think that's what it works out to. But again, I haven't got my Xbox near me, so I haven't got the numbers. So yeah, and there we go. Just for I let you know that quick news roundup. buy some games. I might play Witcher. You'll find out next week if I have actually started it. So there we go. Perfect.
Fair enough.
So yeah, as you know, also we move on now. Terrible segue. As you know, we do Game of the Year throughout the years recently. So we started from 2002 when Xbox first came out for us in peasants in the UK, all the way through the years up until now. And now we're on 2011, and we each have a game that we like to choose. Fortunately, Dan and Jamie aren't here, so Jamie can more full on about his games. Dan picked Battlefield 3 for his game, and Jamie picked Sonic Generations, which for me I thought was one of the worst Sonics, but he was surprised to see why he picked it. But he loves his Sonic, even though it took him about 50 years to finish Sonic Mania. He does love his Sonics. I'll start with Graham. Graham, is your game of the year for 2020? You said 2021 then?
Really?
2011.
2011. For me, sticking with the RPGs, I'll keep going through. Probably one of the best ever to exist, Skyrim.
It's kind of hard to argue with that one, isn't it? It's like just.
Yeah. It's the bar can't be set any higher with Skyrim when it comes to sort of RPGs. There's so much to explore, so much to sort of immerse yourself in with, and you can just wail away for hours on that kind of game. So much lore to sort of get into. It's just and even now, the loading times are something that was staggering when you originally played it, but that's something that's now been fixed with the new updates and playing it on a series console.
That's so nice. Playing it on the current gen,
it just feels like there's no transition. Apparently, I haven't tried it on new gen, but apparently, like when when you were mentioning it, a couple of months ago, when I watched like gameplay, and it's like, fucking hell, they just let transition, like move into this or the first village, boom, and you're in. Like, whoa, fucking hell.
So for that, I mean, that's just super enhanced. But I mean, obviously, it wasn't like that back in the day, but it didn't need to be because there was nothing else like it, and for the time, it was just intense.
It was the sheer scale of it as well. Like the size of the game is like seriously impressive. Going from like, I can't remember the exact names, but I know like Falkreath and all that was like way over the left hand side of the map and stuff like that. And then like obviously your Whiterun, which is kind of the centre, and then you've got like Riften, which is way over the right. And like to go from Riften to Falkreath without using the fast travel or the stables at the start, it's like it's a trek to get from one side of the map to the other. It's a seriously impressive scale of a game.
Yeah, I think it's one of the first Elder Scrolls games that actually like proper played through and completed it all and did everything in it, and also completely all the achievements in it for the Elder Scrolls. I mean, like I say, it took me ages to do. I think I played like over the court. Like I played quite a lot when it first came out. And I kind of dipped out in and out of it. I think it took me like a couple of years to fully complete the game, obviously with all the DLCs that came out, obviously picking them all up. But yeah, I think it was just brilliant. I remember again, like when you got the mass, it was the kind of the armor, the main big armor,
dragon scale armor and things.
Yeah. So I remember going, fucking hell, look, a fucking awesome badass.
See, I was always more of an ebony male type of guy. Find the ebony knight, kill him, get his armor, boom.
There we go.
That's me. You just became so beastly towards the end that the dragons couldn't touch you.
Yeah,
but it had to raise the bar from Oblivion, because Oblivion sort of really raised the bar from the like Morrowind before that, and that one just looked a bit more static. The way that the graphics were, the way people looked and talked, it just felt so in your face and weird. And so where they improved that and just increased the map size, it was just immense. And you can only imagine what the next one would be.
This is what they're planning on doing with this. Obviously, I think they're going to set a bar with Starfield and see what that's going to be like. And then, obviously, they don't need to have they're not going to have 1,000 worlds for you to explore in regards to Sky or the next Elder Scrolls. But the actual scale of the map is going to be ridiculous.
They've got to make it big enough to be fun to explore, but not frustrating to commute between areas.
Like, if they enable fast travel, then they're fine.
Yeah, they can't do a Red Dead. They can't do it horseback.
No, that's what put me off Red Dead. I mean, like Skyrim was just a perfect size map where you could kind of go from one place to another place. You could fast travel quite easy.
Yeah.
But you could also get distracted by doing other side missions here and there.
Yeah.
But with Red Dead, there was no side missions. You just had to travel, and like this is frustrating.
And I think that was one of the best things about Skyrim. There is so much to do between A and B. There's like so many wee like caves that you can go into. There's like the
Side
temples and
stories
things
and
like that you
everything,
can go into. So there's always something to find for you that you've like. There's I don't know how many times I've played through Skyrim, and I'm to this day still finding new quests that I've never came across before. It's not one of these ones where you stick to the same choices type idea. So obviously the main one is Stormcloaks or Imperial. Like that's the main choice type idea.
Yeah.
But it's even things like how you go about dealing with the Dark Brotherhood or the Thieves Guild and stuff like that. There's just so many different things apart from the main quest line that you can concern yourself with. So when you think what there's like the assassins, the thieves, the companions, the Stormcloak Imperial storyline. Then you've got obviously your Dragonborn. There's so fucking many different stories within the main game.
Yeah. You just lose yourself in side missions. Even some of the side missions are just massive.
Like that's
because it's like
much
with PK, it's
content.
like I want to finish. Oh no, go here. Okay, now do this. Okay, now I got this. Now I got killed this badass. Like, this time mission going to end? Is this part of the main storyline? What am I doing? Am I in the main storyline? No, this is definitely side mission.
That's one of the things with it sort of set the bar, Skyrim, for what the side quests are. And in regards to you're saying that about you picked up Witchery, and that's where Witcher's like really excels. The side quests that they've put in are like everything that Skyrim did right, but then bump it up to 10. But Skyrim was like the original,
the kind of the one that they go to.
It wasn't just like a fetch quest; it was a fully fledged out sort of side quest. And
that's what you want in side quests, where you think we actually question yourself: am I in the main story? Or am I doing a side quest? No, still side quest.
It's not just go here, kill this person, come back to this person, get your reward. That's your side quest done. Or go here, get this item, bring it back to this person. Side quest done. It's like a side quest can be like 8 different like tiers to it. Of what you have to do, and it's just so well done the way that they've sort of spread it all out.
Yeah, good choice there. Any other honourable mentions, Graham, that you want to mention before we move on to Ossipu?
Only sort of LA Noire, just because it was just just the next kind of level when it comes to like detective-based games, and it was a lot more trying to sort of develop expression in the way sort of the conversations were had. And although it come out of its own fair share of memes and everything, just because of weird reactions and stuff. It's just that was where you kind of played the line between game and movie, the way you kind of playing it through.
It's one of the first games I kind of remember where I suppose where I recognised the people that were playing as actors. Like, oh, that looks really like that actor, and then obviously going, oh my god, it is. And I remember that's the kind of the first time I remember recognizing faces like as people that were actually real life people. Like, bloody hell, they've done really well with this.
And it was just something that hadn't been done like that kind of properly before, and they hyped it up quite a lot, and it was maybe not fully up to that kind of hype, but it was still pretty close, and it was fun to play. And it was it kind of set a bar for those kind of type of games, saying this is possible now, so it should only get better from here.
Yeah, and it has, by all means, it definitely has. Wouldn't mind seeing like another LA Noire kind of esque game they do.
Yeah, like it's unfortunately a game I've never actually jumped into and played, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. The story aspect of it, as you were saying about how it looks in regards to stuff like that as well.
I think it just pushed the boundaries when it comes to expression and conversation of sort of computer game characters. Because it's like you could actually buy into it a little bit more, like you were watching a movie that was a bit more realistic. Some other games, you can tell that these are purely just based on characters, especially from like it's Rockstar, isn't it? That did it. So the GTA, I mean, with the GTA, you don't go, okay, this is real life. You always know it's kind of a game. And this kind of detective feel tried to put some gritty kind of realism into it. And it was good. It was different and quite good for its time.
Right, if you want to pick up LA Noire, it's currently 50% off. £17.50 if you want to grab it. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, great choices there. I've just noticed my room is really yellow. Anyway, Ross, what would you pick for 2011?
So for my main game, not that it'll come as a surprise to many folk, but I've went for Gears 3, the sort of finale of the original trilogy. Just amazing game. Wrapping up the story of everything that happened with the Lambent, what's happening with the Locust, everything that obviously happens with Marcus's dad, the bit with Dom and the petrol station. It's just so many different bits to it that are just an amazing game. Like the trailer for it is like playing just now, where it looks like all hope's lost. Like everybody's everybody's like there, like everything just looks like you're fighting a losing battle. It's just so. I don't know if it's my favourite in the series because 2 was different class, but just everything about it was fantastic. The multiplayer side of it was great. The soundtrack obviously with Mad World and things like that, but I loved the Gear series, and this was probably the second best one, including even the newer ones as well.
They're kind of all blurred in. I can't remember if I completed that one yet or not.
Ian needs to come off mute.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. As soon as I started talking, Graham was talking over me. I was like, I'm on mute. For me, like I say, as everyone knows, I don't play Gears. So for me, I don't think I will ever even touch this. But it does look good, but not for me.
It's another one that, like, if you play it co-op, it makes it infinitely better. Like,
well,
you have to play
most
it.
of the
Like,
Gears games
I've only ever played Gears as a co-op game. I've never played it as single player, and it makes it infinitely better.
That's fair. But I say my only co-op esque in Gears was with Jamie, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, that's maybe souring the experience a wee bit for you as well.
To be fair, he did not too bad. I mean, he was quite. He did quite good. To be fair, he got lost a lot of the times. I was like, you played this game before, Jamie. Well, I didn't know where to go. But oh well, I let him off. Any other honourable mentions for you?
The controversial one that I know I'm going to get slated for because you all seem not to rate it that well. Batman Arkham City. I think it's the best in the series. I like the open worldness of it. That's not the ridiculous Arkham Knight where you cut about in the Batmobile all the time, which I never thought I'd ever fault cutting about in the Batmobile, but it's just not that enjoyable in Arkham Knight.
Is it quite a big world, Arkham Knight? Because I haven't played Arkham Knight.
It's pretty decent, yeah. I mean, you traverse it with the Batmobile, so you can certainly like spend quite a bit of time driving around in it. I just thought City was great. I loved the storyline of it, with everything to do with sort of the Joker dying, the whole part about the bit at the end, like the twist, is fantastic. Some of just the side missions, so to do with Azrael, him trying to become the new Bat, the murder mystery stuff to do with Zaz when you have to answer phones, Deadshot. There's just loads of different things in it that is really, really quite good. I like the whole storyline with one of the best baddies that DC has is Ra's al Ghul. So you've got him in it, and then the whole countdown with Strange and stuff like that. So they've done a great job at building up lesser baddies. So obviously when you say Batman, you automatically think Penguin, Joker, Riddler, things like that. But like they put a big focus on like Hugo Strange, Ra's al Ghul, things like that. It was just a nice turn of pace that it wasn't just like Joker rammed down your throat. As much as it was a big part of it, it wasn't the sole thing you had to sort of focus on.
Do you not think about that? That is why it's good that they because there's obviously loads of villains in Batman.
Yeah, and they do a good job
it's nice to bring in new ones in.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think like the baddies that are in it, like I say, between the two main ones, then you've got, like I say, Zaz. There's a bit to do with Deadshot. There's Bane. There's I'm trying to think. There's Mr. Freeze. There's loads of baddies in it. It doesn't just focus on your big traditional ones. So it's just nice that they've spent the time to try and develop those characters. Like I say, I think it's the best one in the series. I thought 1 was great. 2 builds on everything that 1 had. 3 was too actiony. It was too Batmobile, and I liked the story with the Red Hood and things like that. And then we just don't talk about Origins because Origins was shit. But no, that was, and then one of my other honourable mentions was sort of Gray's Game of the Year, Skyrim. As everything he said on it, just it was, as much as Morrowind and Oblivion was fantastic, Skyrim really laid the foundation for what I look at as a modern RPG. Like I say, Witcher, Dragon Age, games like that, they're in the house that sort of Skyrim built, and they've just sort of added to it.
Well, like I say, I think we unanimously here kind of love Skyrim. I say even I haven't played any of the previous ones, Elder Scrolls ones. Skyrim is still good. I don't think I'll play it again because I've done through the whole story again, but I can't knock it. It's a brilliant game. Yeah,
I think once you've completed it X amount of times and then you've played it on like the special edition with the mods and things like that, you can add it. And once you played it through a couple of times with that, it's going back to it's difficult because you've done pretty much everything you can do in it, but it's still out there as one of the best games that they've made.
No, definitely.
So what about you then, Ian?
For me, my game of the year, I mean, without question, like even when I saw 2021, I was like, I already knew straight away what I was going to pick. Don't even think about it. It's probably one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's Portal 2.
I love the Portal.
And as soon as when I remember mentioning this the first time we first did it, I was like, 2011, this is easy, Portal 2. Like,
I'm going to get this mixed up. This is the one where you start off in a bedroom, don't you? And it's this is the one with Stephen Merchant is the character that sort of try to help you.
Yeah. Because it's one of the first few games where always remember if you kind of do the opposite to what Wheatley says to the beginning of the game, goes, okay, you don't want to do that, but okay, we'll lay off. Like, you can do this. Like, okay, you're not listening to me, but okay, keep carry on. And obviously you follow. And that's kind of similar to when Stanley Parable was that kind of, I remember the first kind of instance was in that Portal 2. But yeah, fantastic game. I love the first one. Second one was just even better, where they brought it up and made it a much longer game, gave a brilliant storyline, intertwined all the new characters that they brought in. Wheatley was brilliant. Like, Stephen Merchant did a fantastic job voicing him. And obviously GLaDOS as well, can't knock her. Especially for that, they're obviously the enemies in the first game, and I mean it's been 10 years, but they worked together in the second game towards the end. And the whole concept of putting in a potato was just quite fantastic. Especially when kind of the bit where you're falling. Like, can I go in your boot? Oh, but if you go in your boot, you might die. Oh, that doesn't matter. Let me go. Similar to that, and it's like, but I was like, you knew it was all done, and they kind of brought in like these kind of gels as well to kind of change up the world. I think like one can make you go really fast.
Yeah, so it's got like orange gel, blue, and was it purple?
No, I think it's like white gel, which you can put on like walls where you couldn't put portal guns on.
Yeah, and now you can
spray that.
And then there was other ones that you could you shoot a portal, and like when you came out, you sort of flying.
Yeah. Stuff like that. And then obviously the ending was one of my favorite endings as well, which I won't spoil. Everyone's probably played it by now. But fantastic, kind of loved it. And also I loved they kind of brought in the co-op element as well with the two little robots. That was just kind of brilliant as well, because that's kind of, again, for co-op wide games, I think it made it perfect with the whole, we have to work together to kind of solve a level. And obviously you each got different portal guns, so you're each trying to work out, I'll put yours there, I'll put mine there and see what happens. And I think it's, for me, it's brilliant. Can't fault it. Absolutely loved it.
Starting to get into the big hitters now, 2012, 2013 and things like that.
Yeah. I think it's one of the main games I also remember as well where I thought this is 10 out of 10 voice acting.
Yeah.
Like, I think they just did such with the comedy element and the kind of way everything was just done and talking. Especially as a person who you are, a silent protagonist, everyone was just talking around you. It's just brilliant. And they're fun. They take the piss out of that a bit as well. So that's kind of like about the fact that they actually take the mickey of you being silent. Because like, I'm just talking to myself here, but okay then. So it's like, it's just, just good and just brilliant. So for me, can't knock it. I love it. I wish they brought up Portal 3 or even more DLCs and stuff like that. They did bring out the kind of the mode on Steam where you could build your own levels and play people's levels. Yeah. And that was fun. And people made many worlds.
Was that not something like Portal Bridge Constructor or something? Was there something like
something,
that?
something I can't remember what they called it, but yeah, I think basically just build more your own worlds, and they allowed it to be all worlds, and some made some crazy big ones, like you can have like one route to do, and so its own little story as well. I was like, bloody hell! Some people put in to some of these portal levels that they've done. It was fantastic. But yeah,
That's good. Nerd.
I'm a nerd for Portal. Absolutely loved it. And for me, honorable mention will be Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Loved that game. Loved that game.
I was one thing about it. I didn't play in the previous ones, but I remember starting this. Oh, what's this game?
Yep, I was exactly the same.
Yeah. Oh, this seems quite interesting. You know, first person, oh, bit of stealth elements, which is like my cup of tea. But okay, I'll give this a go. And fell in love.
Yeah, Jay recommended that one to me. He loves that one as well. And then I played it, and then they were stealthing it, and I fell out a lot of it.
I loved like all the like augmentations and stuff like that, and yeah.
And it's what? Hello, my name is Adam Jensen, and I'm really upset with this situation. It's like, how many cigarettes have you had, mate? Calm down.
But just loved that was like the game that got me started. And like really enjoying Deus Ex. Like you say, there was games before it, but this was the one that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, and it's also got one of my favorite ever glitch in the game, which is where you get this boss fight, which is a pain in the ass boss fight. But if you hide in one little area, when the boss comes around, you can do a button and just punch him in the face and knock him out. And the level ends. It's like,
that sounds like
definitely.
That sounds like a Borderlands thing. Like that's the sort of thing they put in. Like this is a really impossible boss to kill, but
if you stand in this one area,
here, you can one shot him. What?
Yeah. It's literally funny because literally just does that and just his animation knocking someone out.
Yeah.
And we'll see it's all stealth. It's like knocks him out. Yeah, game over, level over, and he's like dying. Right? And also when the animation ends, like him like being all bloodshot and all bullets everywhere. It's like, mate, you just got punched one third time. Where's all these bullets and blood coming from? But yeah, it's brilliant. So for me, absolutely loved it. It's kind of like say, I played all of them once since. I haven't gone back to the previous ones because they look. I think I tried it and was like, oh, it's a bit too bitty for me.
Yeah, it's one of the things that it didn't age well, and that was the thing. Like, so like if you started here, going back was like, I can't do it.
No, I say Mankind Divided was brilliant. A kind of good storyline that came out a few years later. I think about 2016ish. And then they bought this weird mini gaming called Systems Rift, and I was like, I didn't like that. But the whole kind of main story they brought out was brilliant again. So yeah. For me, that kind of started on. I love the whole Deus Ex kind of franchise and stuff. I looked into the storyline, what happened in the previous games, just to know the story. But yeah, I'm not going back to play them. So yeah, they're my two games that I absolutely loved for 2011.
Cool.
So yeah, roll on 2012 next podcast. Have I got my answer yet? No, I haven't. But we'll find out.
We'll have one yet.
Yes, I'm sure we'll. I think I say now we're getting to the peak games where like I remember these games. These are fucking quality.
Yeah.
Let's always go back. Did I 1000G this? Yep, I loved it.
My 2012 is painful. Like I can't pick. I've got two that are I can't split them.
I think I know which one I'm going to go for, but again, there's
spoilers.
There's one I'm like, do I like this one more?
Well, put it like this, like any listener of the show that knows my gaming history will be instantaneously be able to work out which two that I'm talking about.
Fair dues. And then obviously 2013 is when Xbox One comes out, isn't it?
And that's when it all shakes up.
Yes, definitely. Perfect. There we go. There's our games 20. Let us know again. Like so, always tweet us. Let us know which ones you pick.
And G's got Resident Evil 6 for 2012 as well, so we know his one already.
Bless him. We'll see. But yes, let us know which ones you pick. Let us know.
And Dan's got his one as well for his little infatuation that he's got.
I do like the fact that Jamie's honor mentions in our show notes is also our free games, but I thought I'd ignore that to start with. Sorry, but bless him. Anyway, he picked Sonic Generations and Dan picked Battlefield 3. And yeah, let us know which ones you got. So moving on, we obviously have Project Game Pass. Every month we have a certain game we like to play. This month we have picked Fall Guys. We did a little bit of a cheat, even though it's free to play. We allowed it for 1 month, because it's a brilliant game. Has anyone played more since we played last?
I have gone back and dabbled a couple of times because they had some different events things going on.
Yeah.
Some of those are fun.
It's the only other game I've played this week apart from Stray, so I will leave it till then.
I find it's one of the brilliant games where I can just dip in and paid like 2 or 3 rounds, go, okay, that's me done, and then go back to something else.
Yeah, kind of. This is exactly the same. I just like seeing what the event is that they've got on.
Yeah, exactly. What special event have they got on? Oh, this is quite fun. Give it a couple of games. Oh, okay. Move on to something else.
Yeah.
So
it's one that you want to leave on your machine to go back to every now and then when you need to sort of chill out and play something fun.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than getting frustrated with Fortnite or something like that.
Yeah.
But at least you can have a chance of actually winning in Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Or at least getting to the end. I wouldn't say winning. I said getting to the last round.
There's only one winner on this podcast. Just putting out there.
Oh, I've won one.
Was there any video evidence of this?
Oh no.
I stand as the
I
stand as the only victor so far.
I've got a victory under my belt, like without you guys, but
yeah, likewise.
Oh, bless. Anyway, but yes, so yeah, we're all loving it here. We haven't decided what's for August yet. I think we'll probably do a poll towards the end of the month because we got our last game on the 31st. We've got a podcast, so we'll probably decide then.
Yeah,
we're doing it.
We probably should knock out another night of Fall Guys before the end of the month.
Yeah, yes. I'd say so.
Yeah, so maybe one day this week we'll play, hopefully stream it maybe, or get Ross to record it.
Some clips.
Get some clips and stuff. Yeah, so definitely do it.
Yeah.
So you can hear my son in the background. He's quite loud in my ear and I've got my headset on.
Just about here.
Just can vaguely hear him.
Yeah, sorry about this. He's in the bath and he's waiting for his mummy. Anyway, games we've been playing. Ross, talk about Fall Guys since we talk about Project Game Pass. How's yours been going?
It's just like great fun. Like just playing it as like playing it with my son. Playing it in like a wee group. Him playing solo, me playing solo, and then like playing it like a PC, he's on the console. It's just such an amazing wee game. It's like one, not the same type of idea, but it's like 1v100. It's simple. It's not complex in any way, shape, or form. There's no thought process behind it other than enjoy yourself. And it does such a good job at just comedy moments, like tension, like if you get to the final or if you're in one of the ones like the one that we got the victory on where it's like the ice blocks, you've got like the shit, I need to find a place to go. It's for such a simple game, it just ticks so many boxes for what you want when you sit down to have a quick gaming session. You get your laughs, you get your enjoyment. It's just it's an amazing wee game, and the developers can be like patting themselves on the back for how good a job they've done at constantly bringing out new things to do it, whether it be skins, new maps, game modes, events. Yeah, they've just done such a great job, and fair plays to them for making like probably one of the best free to play games of like recent memory. Yeah,
I think they got like I think I saw a rumor earlier they're bringing out Sonic skins as well. So
yes, there was. We had a small thing in the news about that there was a sort of Sonic stage type idea. So
yeah,
that's going to be pretty cool to see that.
It's one of those few games where, like, say if I'm playing, like, oh, Daddy, play. My son will happily sit there and watch me play Fall Guys, like 3 or 4 rounds, just sit there in silence and watch me and cheer me on. Like, oh, go and the tension. He loves like the one. Yeah. He loves me watching one where there's 2 ones he loves. The first one is the one where you pick the fruit, and if you remember the free one where it's on the floor and you pick the fruit. It's like, oh, Daddy, grapes, and like jump on the grapes and make sure you get it right. And he always knows which one. And he loves the one as well where you kind of got the disappearing blocks on the floor. You try and make sure, like, just go for it. It's like, just run forward, like, oh no! And when you fall, he like screams and goes, ah! So yeah, I think it's such a good. Like I say, just mentioned a minute ago, it's just nice, easy pick up and play. If you want, like, maybe had a few games or a frustrating game, like you want to calm down, play something different. Even if you do lose in Fall Guys, you don't feel too bad.
No,
I say I'm not there to win. Like I'm there to have fun with it, and like I know I probably won't win many. But as long as I get to the final.
I always get to the
final. Happy.
Just never win the final.
I saw some like really random strategy which I really wanted to try, but I haven't tried it yet. It's the blocks where you got to jump on the blocks. I saw some guy just went down to the last floor and just ran around and destroyed all the blocks. on the lost
That's the
bottom
only one
floor.
falling
Yeah.
through. I've got nothing to land on.
I've seen that tactic as well. Yeah, so like he automatically like falls to the very last level and then
Yeah.
blitzes like from the middle out the way.
Yeah.
And then
so
by
he
the time
destroys
that everybody
everything.
else drops down, he's in the outside ring. They all drop through, and it's like,
Yeah, so he's on the outside ring, and then when he gets outside ring, he just does it slowly on the outside
yeah.
ring.
I think
Because everyone.
because he said like your chances of winning are like you've got a 1 in 20% chance of winning, and then 1 in 5% chance.
I know what you mean.
You got a 5%
chance.
chance of winning. Sorry, I was fucking getting
Yeah.
my percentage mixed up there. You got a 5% chance of winning like that. But if you do it this way, it's sort of like he's found that it goes up to like 20%. And 20% is like, that's a bit shit. It's not the best, but then when you think about it, 20% for 5%, that's a fucking massive improvement in odds.
Because most people will land through in the middle bit and they won't go to the edge bit. So if you get all the middle bit first done and then slowly work on the edge, in theory, you should win. But I haven't tried it yet. I want to try it, but now I told everyone.
Now everybody knows your tactic.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
That's it. So yeah, brilliant. So you've enjoyed a lot of Fall Guys. Anything else you want to mention?
No, I'm just having a wee look at the Fall Guys Sonic stuff just to see what it is. And basically what it is they've changed like the whole map to just basically mimic the textures of Sonic. So like the little bounce pads that you jump on are the same.
Springs,
yeah, they look the same
okay.
as Sonic. The map's green, so it's like the Green Hill.
Green Hill Zone.
Green Hill Zone. But it's just wee things like that. Like it's not going to change the gameplay. It just looks cool, and it's a nice little subtle nod to another sort of legendary game. And then if they start adding like Sonic outfits, Knuckles, Tails, Dr. Robotnik, things like that, it's just going to be they've done a great job about it.
I do like the fact they've got so many skins, especially when you go into a game.
Yeah,
you may have one or
things,
two, which are the basic ones, but you see quite a few varieties of skins.
And then like with the colours, and then to do with the like even the Ezio one, as much as it's behind the fucking season pass and stuff like that. But it's the same as all these sort of games that are going to be going to it. There's just you'll very rarely come across two players that are from top to bottom. They might have like similar elements, but from top to bottom, you very rarely find like two beans that are the same.
Yeah, exactly. And you know me, I love my everyone being different. It annoys me when they're all the same colour. Like, no, different colours. But yes, Bill, perfect. Nothing else. Okay, Graham, what have you been playing?
I have been actually playing quite a lot.
So we see.
Yes.
It's just because I'll talk about the first one. That was Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Have you finally finished all the Yakuza games yet?
No, I haven't finished all of them. I think I hit a wall with, I think it's number 4.
Did they not just add a load of new ones?
No, they brought because they remade 1, because it's called like Kiwami 1 and 2 and 0. They brought them back into Game Pass. They came out of it and they're back into it.
That may be what
they remade the first 2, and those were epic. The stories in those were absolutely epic. The story in this one isn't as sort of like, because there's always a massive twist in all of the kind of Yakuza games. This one, you kind of had an inkling, and it just kind of revealed it more and more as you went through. And there was still a bit of a twist at the end that caught me off guard, but the main twist, you kind of saw a little bit of it coming.
Yeah.
But it's just the way that this guy behaves is just, he's completely naive and can just almost, I don't know, just oblivious to the dangers around him. He just dives head first into everything, and it's cool. And there's a lot of throwbacks to like the old Yakuza games. They're like Goro Majima, the guy with the eye patch, in that the first couple, the Mad Dog of Shimano, makes an appearance, and Kiryu, the main character from the other ones, he makes an appearance. So they do like to tie them kind of all together.
Yeah.
But you just probably saw on the screen there. What they have is, as you meet different people, as you go through, they become someone that you can summon. But all it is you phone in them saying, like, I need some help with this fight, and they just basically join in the fight. And there's anyone from like some weird old guy that you helped who likes to dress up as a baby, who comes and helps fight, to a weird lobster that you help save, and they come in and do like random things like replenish your health or stun the enemy. It's just so bizarre. And but they've done it a different style. So rather than it being sort of real-time action as you're fighting, this one's turn-based attacks with like different jobs. So it's kind of Final Fantasy, the kind of battle a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, not terrible. Kind of, they've got some sort of quick time event thingies in the battle. So you have to tap the X button as fast as you can to do extra damage. If you time the Y button, you do extra damage.
Oh, that's good. So it keeps it interactive bit when you're doing.
Yeah, so there is still kind of interactive bits, and if you press block at the right time, you can stem some of the, block some of the damage away. So it still is involved that way, and yeah, it still has an epic story as always. There's so much side quest stuff that you can do, and yeah, amazing. And yeah, finally finished it, and yeah, recommend it if you're a Shenmue fan or just the Yakuza ones. That one is definitely a decent playthrough.
Oh.
And the other one I thought Jay would mention if he was here on there, we both managed to finish We Were Here Forever on Friday. We did that last one. I know you dabbled with that at the event as well.
How is it? How did you find it?
It's awesome. Like the puzzles in that sort of so tough and niggly, and some of them aren't even that complex. It's just they're time sensitive, so you have to strategize it to do it in such a method to beat the time. And
okay.
It's clever. The way they've done things is whole clever, and the way you have to communicate one at a time, it makes it that bit more challenging. And you only have half the puzzle, your partner has the other half, and you kind of have to work together to sort of work out the story. And yeah, the story itself is just mental. I don't think either of us could tell you the story if we put both of us together. We couldn't even tell you what the story was about.
I must admit that walkie-talkie mechanic seems like it's like that's like a make and break of friendships.
Oh.
So you're trying to get a message across, and you're like, "Shut the fuck up, till I tell you!
Stop. Let go of the button.
Shut the fuck up!"
We got the balance right on that because obviously it tells you when they're talking because the light lights up on your walkie-talkie, so that means they're talking at the same time. So that actually wasn't too much of an issue between me and Jay. I think there's probably only about 5 times for our whole playthrough where we like, I forgot to say, "Oh, I meant to tell you," but I'm talking to myself, so I didn't click the button. But
that must have been annoying. Yeah, talking, you turn the whole strategy. Oh, and then push the button.
Didn't push the buttons. You have to say it all over again. But yeah, it's if you like puzzle kind of games and you can do it with a friend, then that's definitely an awesome one to play through. I know Jay's determined to sort of like see you two play it together, or one of you two play it with Dan just for giggles.
Oh Christ, I would need like an infinite supply of like some sort of alcohol.
Yeah,
just to tolerate Dan.
And then just because we finished that one, we danced into Escape Academy together. And that's, if you ever touched that one, is what it is, basically different chains of escape rooms.
Oh, that looks fucking awesome.
And
okay.
Basically you work together.
I've heard about this, yes.
And it's wicked. It's the puzzle level doesn't start. I'm sure it's going to ramp up. It's not difficult, but it's not easy either. You just literally have to look at everything, and then one person has to stand and looking at the code while the other person has to input the certain code into a different area. And
yes, I remember seeing this. Yes,
this looks cool as fuck.
I would definitely recommend playing with someone. It is awesome fun. I mean, escape room games are fun anyway. But you've seen a load of these on mobile phones, like clicking here,
that's what I was going to
say.
When I look at this, it's like this is like a blown up version of what you would expect to play on like the iPad or your phone or something like this. Like click here, move, like pick this up to use it in a different part of the map or things like this. Yeah,
but rather it's not click and move. You're actually moving with a character.
Yeah, exactly.
Running around doing different bits, which makes the whole things a whole lot more easier. And like, there's loads of red herrings about it. So reading bits off the wall, some bits help, some bits don't, and then.
How many can you play with? Just is it a solo? Or is it
2 people, local 2 or online 2?
Okay,
well, co-op.
2 only. Okay, that's cool.
It's fucking awesome.
Oh, I see a co-op. I see them now. Yeah, it's split screen. So
but this thing is the best bit you can see on the screen now. It is split screen, but you can see the other person's screen as well.
Yeah. So is it kind of like A Way
Out? Yes.
Not
where
sure,
it kind of. That way it kind of rotates around and moves.
So have you played A Way Out?
No.
Right, so A Way Out is basically like it's split screen co-op, but even if it's online, it's split screen. So like you've got the game split into the 2 characters the full time you play it.
Yeah.
So everything that your partner does, you can see.
Still see, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you get close to each other, it goes into one screen.
It goes into one screen, yeah, and then
right,
like, if
yeah.
you move
No,
apart.
it doesn't
so it
do
doesn't do
that.
the one screen part, but you can still see everything that they're doing.
There's exactly that.
That's good. Yeah, I like those kind of things where they do that. 'Cause
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
like, where are you gone? You can see when they're gone.
Yeah,
right
because
there.
it kind of
No.
helps. There's a bit where you have to run in something spells out keys on a piano. The other person runs to the piano. They can see your screen to see what keys they need to play.
So then you don't need to type "sat up."
You don't need to tell them because you're on the party chat, so you don't need to tell them. They can just look at your screen to kind of match what you're matching.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And yeah, there's ones where there's like paintings on the wall, and you have to arrange certain things in an order. You have to work out what order they're trying to get you to do. So one was like, are they dead or not? And you have to lift their head up or put their head back down if they're alive or dead, and put them in the right order. And yeah, it was quite clever. And yeah, we did about 3 of them, the initial one, and we blitzed the first couple quite easily. And then the next one, it tells you said the estimated time was like 30 minutes. I think we did it in 27. And that's only because we did the end bit before we did the bit before the end bit. But yeah, so, I mean, it is what it is, and it was great fun.
I think we found our new Project Game Bus.
I think quite possibly because this game looks fucking awesome.
I think this is something I do want to play, and it seems to be quite fun
one.
co-op wise.
I think I might just be sticking this on to download just now.
Yeah, I recommend it. It's great fun. But just because I'd finished Yakuza, I was looking for my next thing to go, so I was just dancing back from a game that I hadn't completed yet, and that was Far Cry 6. And yeah, I didn't realize. I know that game's going to be massive, and yeah.
But Giancarlo.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Oh,
I think they've gone off the handle a little bit on this one.
Yeah, I do really want to start this one again. That's one of the ones I've got. I do really want to start it because it just seems like I'm really gutted I missed 5. I want to play 5 again. I need to find time to play 5, but 6 looks so good.
I want to jump into this. My only thing is I'm scared it's 5 reskinned.
Like, it's not. It's harder.
Yes, because like 5 was just like, and I suppose a bit naivety. 5 follows the Far Cry sort of formula. Go here, get up a tower, see the tower, get the area unlocked, do the missions in the area, go to this area, unlock this part. And I kind of should have expected that, and I just feel like, well, if I want to do that, Far Cry 6 is just going to be the same as Far Cry 5.
No, it's not.
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, there's like I said, there's a lot of different side bits you can get involved in, but this one's a lot more harder, and they start you off with some ropey ass guns, and it's like you have to. It's too many different Rambo missions. I know you're kind of supposed to be a guerrilla or a guerrilla, as they like to keep calling it, but geez, they can't expect to be a guerrilla with such crap guns. It got so hard, and I got so bored of it. I had to lower the difficulty just to get past the initial boat bit, so I could get back. I
hate doing that. I fucking hate lowering the difficulty in any game. Like, you'll do it like 50 times just to try and avoid lowering it.
The degree is quite hefty, but it's called action mode, and that's you just get rinsed so easily. You don't even know where you're getting rinsed from. You knock it down to easy, and then like you get constantly shot by everything, and your health is just like slowly dribbling down. I was like, I could just easily just run away, heal, and then come back out.
There should be a happy medium here.
Yeah,
exactly. I think a little bit of balancing could have been done there. Sort of action mode was too mental early on. I think I can go back up to action mode now that I've got some sort of slightly better gear. But it's the easy mode is too easy. I was like, a bit of balance, but I just wanted to get through the game a little bit. I only just kind of started again, or just getting past the main part. But so I was touching on that, and then I just wanted something a little bit more simple. So I touched on Garden Story as well, which is just one of those mellow games. It's a bit like an indie version of Animal Crossing, but a story mode of Animal Crossing.
It's got the aesthetic of it reminds me of like Stardew Valley.
Yeah, it's that kind of theme.
Old school Pokemon type idea.
Yeah, but all you're doing is you're collecting different materials, you're helping out different areas, and they all give you like every day you've got different sets of missions to do to increase your renown in each kind of area because you're a new guardian, and just it's not easy, it's not difficult, it's just one of those methodical ones. Yeah, a grape called Concord. A small grape called Concord. You've been instructed by Plum, and there's different frogs and different creatures and stuff. Yeah, it's just quite one of your family.
It does seem random, yeah. I kind of like it. It looks cool though. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's the right level of difficulty. It's not crazy difficult. It's just your little kind of that kind of platforming bit. It's just a nice kind of difficulty. It's just a bit more of a chill game.
Yeah.
To play through, and yeah, that's kind of bought my time for the last half of the week.
Nice.
Yeah, that's me covered. What about you, Ian?
Well, I haven't been dabbling much recently because I've been playing on a different console. But
Oh!
okay, so have you.
I know the feeling, chop.
So obviously, you don't want me to bore you Pokemon. So games I have been playing though on my original console, of a console of choice, I actually have started and completed Life is Strange: True Colors.
I see your true
Had
colors.
to happen.
Shining through. So yes, I do think it's the weakest one of the franchise,
I can't get any of these games.
but I still enjoyed it. But it's still the weakest one of the franchise. I mean, it's I think I just feel there wasn't enough action, enough ramped up story to kind of make you go, oh wow. There was a plot twist which I didn't see coming, which surprised me. I was like, okay, I'll give you that. But in the same regard, I just kind of got a bit annoyed with it. I felt like I'm just going through the motions, and the whole lover storyline didn't really like. Why would you like these two people? Like, you get obviously Cliff Dipple, you can pick a girl or boy depending on how you feel. And I did like the whole concept, of seeing different people's colors and stuff. But from the first chapter, they kind of made a really big emphasis of it, like how she would feel. But then towards like the second to the fifth chapter, there wasn't really much emphasis on her feeling like that much emotional weight on it, because whole concept of her, she can see colors or how people's emotions are. But if she gets too close, she kind of starts feeling those emotions herself inside. But then it came more of her just mind reading, and it's like, do I like this? And again, I think I just I wanted to complete it to see what happened, but I did kind of fall out in love with it. I was more just playing it to finish it to see if anything does change. And the ending did surprise me. And there was a bit of like, oh, this ending, didn't see this coming. But in the same regard, I didn't like it that much, which is a shame because I do like the first two.
Jay loved that one, didn't he?
Yeah, Jay loved. I think did Jay really like this? Yeah, Jay rated this one really high, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was a big fan.
Yeah, I just think something about it just didn't give me that much like, oh wow, this is so much fun.
I've only ever played the original Life is Strange. Now I'm going to get this mixed up. I only remember one small thing about it. Is there something to do with like a hurricane that like you're sitting on a bench and the hurricane's in front of you or something?
Yeah, that's in the first one, yeah.
And I think I got about as far as there and I was like, this just isn't grabbing me. And just something about these games, I just couldn't get into them.
So yeah, I think the three main powers is this obviously Life is Strange colors where she can read emotions from different colors. And then the second one is there's a little boy who has powers to kind of lift things with his mind. And then obviously he's a kid and he's growing his powers because before he can only lift like a marble. And then towards the end he can lift a fucking car and a bus, whatever. And the first one is she can rewind time. Never played Tell Me Why though. Tell Me Why is kind of the spin-off. I haven't played that one yet. Tell me why.
I was waiting for it. I did.
They're just doing these little hooks from songs, aren't they?
I did the true colours and I was like, come on, somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it.
I know. I feel like they're just doing it just for us to sing it. Tell me why. So yeah, I just think it's still the weakest one in the franchise for me. But definitely, I feel like they've gone back and they need to kind of make sure the kind of the ramping up the urgency and the kind of the choices you make a bit more like impact what you're doing. I feel like the ending, and there's really only maybe two endings you can have, which kind of, I don't want to get into spoilers, but there's only really two endings which make a big deal. There's not really much before where the other ones, there was like four. I think Life is Strange 2 had like 4 different endings. The second one had 3, I want to say. The first one was 3, the second one had 4. But don't quite, man. I'm trying to think what the other ones were now. Or didn't have 2 the first one? Never mind. Anyway, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I think it's like I just didn't really enjoy it as much as I thought I would, especially how much Jamie hyped it up. I really, really thought it'd be like, oh my God, this is amazing. And the first chapter was, oh, this is quite cool. And then it was like, this is going really downhill. Oh, chapter 2's on. Okay. Let's see what happens chapter 3. Oh, okay. Nah, not for me. So But as you know me, I'm a completionist. I had to complete it. Haven't found and did it yet though. Not yet, because I couldn't be able to go through finding whatever fucking memories. I'll do that another day when I need to. But for now, yeah, a bit down on my list on all the Life is Strange. However, one game I did have a bit of fun with, and loved called Carnage in, is Formula 1 2022.
I'm not going to lie.
Ooh.
When I seen this, and you've just confirmed with suspicions, it didn't strike me that you were going to be a Pete type Formula 1 enthusiast to do the driving like he does, and then when you confirm it with caused carnage, and I was like, yep, that's where I thought this was going.
So obviously I like to call Carnage. I had to make literally I'd make pile-ups and stuff and have fun with it all.
I can see you being like a first corner person down the inside, not using the brakes. Whatever car's in front of you, stop into that. Boom, there we go.
I put all damage on, but I like to dive bomb the first corner and then brake. And if I fuck it up, I'll just rewind and go again. Whereas some people like to, oh no, you broke it, that's it, or I'm going to follow no. So I think I did have one massive pile up in Monaco, which was brilliant.
You can't not have a pile up in Monaco.
Yeah, it's always one.
Yeah, out through the tunnel. If you go through the tunnel, they just brake really hard.
Yeah.
And then George Russell plowed in the back of me. And then obviously his wheel went off. And then another car plowed. I think Leclerc plowed into him. And then all the cars start flying up and there's a massive pile up. So, yep, I'm off in first place, just driving down. So obviously they won by like 50, 60 seconds because there was a massive pile up. People were getting disqualified for not moving. It's like, they can't move. It's not their fault. But yeah, always good fun. But I say, I do enjoy the my team story mode. I do try and do it as much as I can. And I do like the fact they've kind of added elements where you can be like at the back marker, mid team, or front runner. So obviously I went straight to front runner because I kind of want to be trying to win a race, not sat in the midfield.
I'm a bit disappointed they took out is it Breaking Point? Is there like career mode type idea?
Oh, the story mode thing,
story mode type idea. I'm a bit disappointed they took that out because I quite enjoyed that in 21. It's one of these things where I sort of treated it like a tutorial. Like you jump into that, you've still got a bit of story, but it then gives you the mechanics of the game as well.
Yeah.
So a bit disappointed they took that out, but no, I'm looking forward to picking up 22.
Yeah, I think when they said they took it out because they didn't have enough time to make a new story mode because it went over to EA, didn't it? Code. So I think maybe next one they might bring us
because obviously EA's got it's not well. In fairness, I wouldn't fault them too much because the Madden storyline,
and the FIFA one
were both pretty good. So I'm not like slating them too much for that because I did quite enjoy it.
I think there's just what storyline can you do in Formula 1, which isn't basically like rookie with a mentor, you two fight, and then like, you know.
I would do
what storyline could you actually do that would work in Formula 1? Like, two rivals hate each other, now they love each other. It's like, now they've got to force to work together.
I would do something along the lines of this up and coming prospect, you've been signed for Alpha Tauri, for example, you've ridden 3 and 4 races and you're looking pretty good, you're looking great, and then you get to Imola and there's a massive crash and you've got like a really bad crash, you're injured, you have to drop down to Formula 2 just to get a seat. It's your redemption story. You climb back up through Formula 2, you get signed again, and then it's like this sort of phoenix rising from the ashes. You've had the horrible experience, you've came back stronger, and then goes on like that. That would be the sort of story I would have. And it's very similar to what happened in is it the Madden one? Because the Madden one,
the Madden one, yeah.
The wide receiver goes back to be a coach at like his old high school and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because he felt like he dropped from this team.
Yeah, it's like a redemption storyline type idea. So do something like that with Formula 1. There you go. Yeah, if you're listening, hook me up with the merchandise.
There's a story.
There's a story. Boom. Put the groundwork in for you. You can flesh it out.
No, but yeah, I did enjoy it. I'm in my 3rd season. I've got Album as my teammate. So yeah, not much like driver moves for the main teams. I think at the moment McLaren have dropped. McLaren dropped Ricardo. I think Oscar Pistorius. And that was it.
No.
Daruvula
Whoa.
No,
Oscar
not him.
Pistorius.
No, not him. What's his name?
I mean.
No. Not Pistal. What's his name? He's like a fucking Pistal tree. I can't fucking say his name. I feel like Dan. Oscar Piastri. Piastri.
Okay. Yeah, not
Oscar Piastri.
Not the Blade Runner, no.
Not the Blade Runner, no. Australian mate. There we go. They placed Ricardo with another Australian called Oscar Piastri. Tree. There we go. Not that other one.
Yeah.
Daruvula went to Haas.
I was going to say something and I was like, no, just you can't say something.
Yeah, leave that one alone.
Not touching that one.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that was it, really. Not much else Carnage-wise. Who else? I think someone moved. Who else? Someone moved Fandom. I thought that was a bit weird. I think, what's his name? Juzam Zhu went to, what's it called? Alpine. Ocken went to Williams. And then I think I got Album. And that was like a bit of a cascade there, which is a bit weird. But yeah, apart from that, it's, like, I haven't I really I always see online like some really crazy driver moves. I never get that. I was like, I want all the random ones where he gets like Verstappen going to Williams or something like that. I was like, why does this happen to me? I want the good crazy. Like,
Verstappen to Williams?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen someone put on a picture online. Like Verstappen went to Williams. And
how long are they in a save that Verstappen's at Williams?
I think it was like 2 seats. I think I saw like Verstappen at Williams.
Yeah, sorry, you've just not long. You're only 22. You've only just won your first World Championship. You're only a couple of years down the line. Fuck it, you're at Williams now.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait till Red Bull bring back fucking what's his face, Albon and the other one that they had.
Vettel went to Red Bull. Yeah, he was in that one as well. Yeah,
he's back there. There you go.
There we go. So yeah, I want to see some random stuff like that, but I never get that luck. But yeah, for me, I think I enjoy it. Like I say, it's good fun to, like I say, another one of those games where you can drop in, do a couple of races.
Do you do full races or do you like?
Oh, God, no, 25%. I can't. I used to do just 5%, 5 lappers. But I like the whole safety car and like pit stops
and that's
and
what I feel like I struggle with as well, and that's why I like maybe doing 2 races a time that I play it, because I like doing the full length races because I like the fact,
a full 2 hours.
Yeah,
hour and a half.
I like the fact of you need to manage tires. I like the strategy aspect of it. Like I'm going back to your old school Gran Turismo days where they had the endurance 24-hour races and it was a 24-hour race.
Oh, you like Pete then? Pete does all that.
You pause the game, you do whatever you have to do, you come back, you do 10 more laps, you pause it, you come back, you do 10 more laps of your 24-hour endurance race.
What's good about most Formula 1 these days, if you do want to do this, is you can do mid-session save.
Yeah, so like you're 15, 20 laps in.
Save. Yeah, exactly. You do 15, 20 laps, save, go play another game if you wanted to do 100.
And I like that.
So sometimes, even though I do 25% races, like if I go like say 10 laps in, I'm like, oh, I need to go do something. Pause, mid-session save, turn my Xbox off.
Yeah.
Go do what I need to do, come back and do the final quarter of the race that I need to do.
What I quite like doing with like the Formula 1 aspect is I'll put podcasts on. So I used to do it when I played so Forza had like the Goliath events.
Oh yeah, they're really long, like one whole map.
Yeah. I would shove a podcast in. It's a 2-hour race to go like the whole map of Forza. Podcast in, play, not even focusing, like you're focusing on the game, but you're not having to listen to repetitiveness. You've got your headphones in, you're listening to a podcast, and you're just moving your hands like that, and it's like, there you go.
Yeah.
And that's just having the whole realism aspect of tyre degradation, wear and tear over the course of the season, obviously, like your gearbox, your transmission, your engine, everything you've got to manage throughout the whole course of the season, and it just adds that realism factor to, like, because you want an F1 game to be realistic. Most people want an F1 game to be realistic.
Yeah.
So that's what I quite like about that.
No, don't blame. So yeah, I mean, like I say, I love it. So I say I love the whole watching. I love watching it, but I think for me, 25% is my like peak level. Peak. If I do any more than that, I'll get bored too easy. So I think 1 stoppers, maybe 2 if I feel a bit dangerous or want to burn my tires. But normally I do 1 stop. Normally I go start on soft and go into hard and then just see the race through, because I'm really bad at my time management. So that works for me. Well, and that's about it. That's all I've been playing really. Apart from Pokemon, which I can't talk about.
And Stray. But we won't talk about the little ginger cat with his little robot.
Are they bringing that to Xbox?
I don't know, but it's fucking great.
I've heard so much good things.
Fucking great.
I know we're an Xbox podcast, but I've heard so much good things about Stray.
It's like
it's such a random game.
I was going to say it sounds stupid, but you know what it is? It's like, you know how you flick through like Facebook or TikTok and you see cat videos, and it's just them being dicks.
Yeah.
You can
And then you
do
get
it-
stuck. Why am I watching this for? Then
Yeah, but you can do it in games. So like, it's not real spoiler, but basically, there's robots in the game, and the robots are like the people that you interact with. And there's like one part of it, and I can't remember if it's like chess or mahjong. It's like one of those type of games where like intricate wee pieces. And you jump off a ledge and land on the table and send the pieces sprawling everywhere. And the characters like kick the chair back, like get pissed off at you and like really annoyed. You then see them like setting all the pieces back up again, and then you jump on the table again and knock everything flying, and they're like, "For fuck's sake!" While this cat's just like
I'm gonna be a dick on purpose.
wiping itself, walking away, and it's like, yeah, this is Cat Simulator 2022.
Oh, I love it.
It's a great wee game, but then it's got like puzzle elements and things like that to it as well. So it is a fun game, and I am really enjoying it so far. But fuck you, PlayStation.
There we go. Perfect. And that's all I've been playing. So there we go. Video games.
Woo!
I've lost my notes.
Winner of the competition for the
That's it. I know. That's what I was going to do. I lost my notes. There we go. Perfect. Yes. So we had a competition for a Namco Pro controller.
It's a really nice looking controller.
Apparently it's French.
Yeah, Vive la
Nikon.
France.
Sorry to Dan putting a French video up. I don't think only he didn't notice it until I was like, oh,
Yeah, I'm just
I mean,
watching
what?
it now on Twitter, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's very French. Like the first
Yeah.
part of it's English, and then after that, nothing.
so yes, we have
Yeah, so
a winner, and our winner is
Drum roll, please.
Billy Sweeney. You are the winner of the controller. Well done, yeah. So Billy _ Sweeney won. We'll put a tweet out to say you've won it if you're not listening at the moment, and to let you know you win when you get some details from you. But yeah, well done, congratulations, you've won the controller.
Well done.
There we go, happy
Well done.
days. So yes, enjoy your controller and let us know your thoughts of it as well. See if you like it and have a dabble. There we go. Congratulations. How have I just lost my notes again? There we go.
Sorry, it's over to me now, so we're good. It's fine. You don't
Okay,
need your shoulders
yes.
right now.
No, I need notes for games that are leaving Game Pass. Like I literally had it minimize the screen. I was like, no, don't minimize that screen. But there we go. New to Game Pass. Ross, take it away.
So I'll cover the ones that were there last week, seeing as we were absentees. One of the games that I think Jay has done a review for that's up on the site now, As Dusk Falls. On
Very controversial review.
Yeah,
apparently.
I've seen quite a few comments on it. Yeah, I think one of the things was, oh, if this was on the PlayStation, would you give it such a high mark? It's the type of game Jay enjoys. This is an independent review site. People are going to like games that other people don't like. Suck it up, deal with it, and man the fuck up.
It is apparently a good game, and I want to play it.
Exactly. As Dusk Falls, cloud, console, and PC was July 19th, as was Watch Dogs 2. Again, cloud, console, and PC, which was July 19th. MotoGP 2022 for people who are F1 fans. Jump into MotoGP. It's a bit more difficult to actually get used to riding the bikes, but again, very good simulator for fans of motor racing games. July 21st, Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion on PC, July 22nd. A game that is fantastic and I highly recommend people play it. Torment Tides of Numenera, cloud and console, which was July 21st. And then Inside on cloud, console, PC, July 29th. Now, there was another game which was very story driven, which I think we had mentioned on the podcast a couple of weeks back that was due to come out. And it's, I don't know why it's not came out. There was some sort of delay it basically coming to Game Pass, and for the life of me, my head has totally fucking blitzed that name. I cannot remember the name of it now. That's going to annoy me, but it's been delayed and it will be coming to Game Pass at a later date. I will let Ian go through the ones that are leaving, and I will get back to you with the game that I am trying to find the name of.
Perfect. Not to worry. So yeah, on July the 31st and month, we are losing a grand total of 5 games, unfortunately. So we're losing Waji, the Ancient Epic, Omono, Lumi's Remastered, Katamari Reroll, and a really good game which I really want to play, which I'm gutted leaving, but won't have time to play, is Dodgeball Academia.
Yeah, that's a good game. I completed that one. That's good.
Yeah, I know. I was like, as soon as I saw it leave, I was like, oh, I need to play this. I downloaded it. And it's like, I won't have time to play this. I'm gutted. Like, I really want to try and find some time to play it all, but it's been so busy recently. I don't have time to actually sit there and play through. It's quite long, isn't it? It's about, well, not long, but like maybe 8 and 10 hours.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure it's 10, but it's not. Yeah, it could be. It's been a while since I played that, but yeah, it was great fun.
The game that
Yeah,
I was
Yeah.
meaning that has been pushed back to August 30th. That'll be coming sort of next month's Game Pass is Immortality.
Okay. Immortality.
And again, that's a sort of live action story based game, very much a J type game. If you know J's history of things, games like Telling Lies and things like that, it's that sort of idea where it's a narrative driven live action footage type idea. Was meant to be coming this month, but it's been pushed back to next month. Think Heavy Rain type idea.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm looking forward to that. That's one of my favorite games. So yeah, I mean, like I say, we've got a couple of games leaving. So fortunately, like I said, I'm a guy that I won't going to get to play dodgeball, but hopefully come and sell soon, so I can just grab it and keep it for the rest of my life. Graham, what is Games with Gold, please?
All right, for Games with Gold, we've got Beasts of Maravilla Island from July the 1st to 31st, which is boring as hell. Relicta and Torchlight, which is a decent RPG.
There we go. Only 3 games.
Only 3, yeah.
There we go. Yep. So yeah, pick them up. It's free, like you say. Why not grab them? Even if you're never going to play them, at least you've got them in case you do fancy something random.
You're sitting bored one day, you just want to jump into something, and you've got that. Free games is good games.
Yeah. Fortunately, I recommend just don't do Beasts of Maravilla Island. It's very tedious.
Ain't no street power sucker. And that's ball out all day, all hours. Anyway, thank you much for tuning in. Has anyone got anything else to say? No? Cool. Well, thank you for tuning in. For more Xbox content, please follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Xbox Tavern. See all our written reviews at xboxtavern.com. And check our video content on our YouTube channel, which is Xbox Tavern Official. For quick links to every Xbox Tavern is, look at our show notes towards the bottom. You can follow me at Nutty Ray. You can follow Ross at
Scottish Gruff.
And you can follow Graham at
Graham Reaper.
Thank you very much for joining us. Please send Jamie at Enexan loads of cat videos, because why not?
Yeah.
That's Enexan. And thank you very much for joining us tonight. Have a good rest of the week and love you all. Goodbye.
Peace out.
See you later.
Bye.